Good afternoon. It's November 12th. I'm Anthony New York, and you're watching the second edition of The Edge. It's been more than a week since the presidential election took place. On Saturday, all major media outlets announced Joe Biden had won the election, along with the popular vote. As of today, President Trump has yet to concede and is pursuing legal action. For those who couldn't vote in the 2020 presidential election, The Edge conducted our own mock election here at Attica. Republican candidate Donald Trump received 73% of the vote, while Democratic candidate Joseph Biden receiving only 20.5%. The Green Party nominee Howie Hawkins and Joe Jorgensen got approximately 2% of the student votes. And lastly, an accumulated 2.5% of the votes belonging to both Rocky De La Fuente for the Natural Law Party and Don Blankenship running for the U.S. taxpayers. We would like to thank all that participated in the mock election. Some seniors were old enough to cast their ballots for the first time this election. The Edge's Gavin Keith Fisher has their story.
This election had the largest number of voters in any presidential election in history. Many of those who had headed to the polls were first-time voters. Some of those first-time voters were our very own EdTech students.
I voted in person with my parents. Voting was much more quicker than I thought it would be, and I had a lot of anxiety about it, just kind of like the whole process would be scary, but it was really easy, just in and out quick.
I voted in person. Voting in person, it was just what I expected, really. I mean, except the line was a little long, which I didn't expect, but that's about it.
For where I was going to vote, which was just in town, I didn't expect a big turnout. I expected there to be a line, maybe like 4 or 5 people will wait. So not really a big turnout I didn't expect because it's such a small town in my city.
People vote for many different reasons. These first-time voters aren't any different.
Voting to me, it really means like expressing my opinion and showing that we in America have the right to speak out and say who we really like to be running our country.
Voting is important to me, especially because my parents taught me that as an American, I should vote and help make decisions for my country instead of sit back and just let things happen.
Voting means that I get to share my constitutional right to, voice my opinion.
While many of the students might not have gotten the outcome they had hoped for, they will have another chance to choose a president in the next 4 years. I'm Gavin Keith Fisher, reporting for The Edge.
The public safety class is stepping forward towards new opportunity as certified COVID contact tracers. These students are taking certification tests through 2 different universities, Stanford and Johns Hopkins. When the students get their certificates, they will be able to get jobs working for the health department.
Just a few weeks ago, we actually did a contact tracing certificate through Johns Hopkins University. So we kind of learned about a lot of the basics of telling who has COVID, who doesn't, and how to trace back who they contacted and stuff.
To get a 100% success rate in my second year program was a great step. And to turn around and on top of that get a Stanford University certificate designed specifically for healthcare workers. But they took all that knowledge, they applied it, they applied the note taking, and they were able to obtain a certificate. So
we know these future first responders have their skills on lock. This week, we celebrated Veterans Day. And as a nation, we recognize all America's veterans and thank them for their service. But there are many American veterans who are struggling with depression and suicide. Mission 22 is an organization who tries to help those veterans. The Edge's Allison Mitchell shows us how EdTech students can help too.
Here at EdTech, the National Technical Honor Society and Business Professionals of America have joined together to raise awareness about suicide through Mission 22.
Students at EdTech have been educating themselves on what Mission 22 is and why it is important.
Mission 22 is a nonprofit organization that was created in order to help support our veteran community. It is important as it helps bring awareness to these issues that are facing them on a day-to-day basis.
According to the organization, an average of 22 veterans commit suicide each day. The NTHS and BPA organization have been preparing and coming up with ideas to show support and raise funds.
The NTHS and BPA are planning on putting a fundraiser to raise money and awareness for Mission 22. On November 20th, we plan on taking a moment from everybody's time to collect 22 cents from each student from Lapeer County EdTech Center.
If you are not able to participate in our coin drive on November 20th, you can participate in our TikTok trends.
Our goals with the social media platform TikTok is to start a challenge and bring awareness to Mission 22. Whether it be doing 22 push-ups and using the hashtags Mission22 and spread awareness, or could be helping an individual.
Use our hashtags, hashtag Mission22, hashtag suicide prevention, and then tag the Edge LC.
Don't forget to bring your 22 cents on November 20th. Reporting for The Edge, I'm Allison Mitchell.
We are excited to see your TikToks. Make sure to tag the Edge LC. The CAD classroom is moving away from keyboard and mouse and getting more hands-on with virtual reality. The architectural design students were asked to design a 1,600 square foot ranch house with a 2-car garage. They found the VR experience really interesting, definitely one that they aren't going to soon forget.
Well, it was awesome. It was like entering a whole new world, but it was really disorienting too, because like you moved your head and everything. It just sort of moved with you.
Virtual reality helps students see what they're designing right in front of their own eyes. This is a new learning tool for the CAD classroom and is now part of their curriculum. Are you playing Among Us? Coming up, we take a look at who at Attica is playing the game and why it's become such a hit. Would you rather be an imposter or a crewmate? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're probably either a teacher or haven't played Among Us yet. Our Autumn Hartwell takes a closer look at the hit video game.
A cross-platform video game has been sweeping the world the past couple of months, and you have probably heard of it. Among Us has been out since 2018, but has become increasingly popular in 2020. From TikTok to YouTube and kids to politicians, everyone is talking about or has heard of Among Us. We asked some students here at EdTech about their experience with starting the game.
I first heard about Among Us through a YouTube video I watched of a guy called Kaif, and I've been playing, well, here and there, mainly whenever my brother wants to invite me.
I first heard about it from my friend Autumn. She was playing it on the bus. It was probably about a couple weeks ago.
I think I saw it somewhere from a friend, and I played it for about a couple months.
And if you haven't heard about the game yet, here's a little explanation from the creators of the game. Play local or online with 4 to 10 players. One is an imposter. The others fix the ship. Call emergency meetings. Exile the imposter. Now that you've seen a little bit about the game, here's what the students had to say about their go-to game preferences.
My favorite role, personally, is the crewmate, because as a crewmate, I can do all the tasks, and also, I won't really, if I do die or get thrown out, I won't really be losing anything. My go-to color and Among Us would be white, and my go-to outfit would be the doctor outfit, and as for the hat, I had the little mini-me on top, because I like it.
I like imposter. My favorite color is probably purple, and I like cowboys, so I wear the cowboy hat.
First one, because it's in space. Black, with an Ushanka.
Well, I hope you plan on playing Among Us after this, because I sure do. Reporting for The Edge, I'm Autumn Hartwell.
That's it for this edition of The Edge. Thank you for joining us. For more on these stories and other news, be sure to follow us on social media. You can find us on the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Under the Edge LC. I'm Anthony Ward. And until next time, don't forget to not be sus.